Luckily, you've got a way. You've got a way to get there. The route is already planned. You've got Jessica Curtin alongside of you. You've got a good set of horses, and you've got a great exercise that you've drawn up for us. Tips and tricks with Anna Kellnerova. Something very, very easy. Anna, what did you draw up for us?
It is a very simple exercise, and I was debating whether sharing it or not, but that was really the first thing that came to my mind, because it really helped me with, for example, Silverstone, who was one of the horses I, jumped the Grand Prix and the Global Champions, league competitions with. It is it's two verticals on one stride. And normally I would put it on the short side of an arena to make the horse, and the rider bend a little bit and ride through the turn a little bit more. You can come it from any side, and basically you ride it a little bit in a figure of 8. The reason why I chose it is because even though this opinion or my opinion might change in the future as I gain more experience, I really think that, the balance of the horse and the rider is absolutely key, because if you need to gallop, in a jump off to the last vertical, you need to be able to just shift your shoulders back, and the horse needs to feel it and balance himself out and, get ready, to be, to jump the last fence, or in a short turn, where you're going against the clock. Again, you, the rider, have to be in balance, and the horse has to be in balance also. So interpreting, these two easy jumps with a stride, as well as in the turns, using some show jumping dressage to really work the horse, work on his balance, on where his shoulder placement is, on where his hind legs are, but also on your body weight. Sometimes we think it's the horse that's leaning in, but it's because our body weight isn't exactly centered. So working, on these two different things to be able to really, pick the little things and work on the little things that in the end, allow you to be more successful in the course, is what I think, or at least for me, has been the key to really, nail the little differences that then, will make up the big whole, and the horse will be ready for anything then in the big courses.
Okay, give me some details. 6 meters in between, I see. The verticals, how high do you jump them normally?
For sure not big. I would start with, 80, 90 centimeters, build it up maybe to 1 meter, 1 meter 10. It's not about the height. It's about, the concentration of coming to the verticals and then turning either sharp after the verticals or coming sharp to them. It's really, as I said, about the turn and the approach and the way you ride the tight circle to these two jumps.
What you spoke about Silverstone, who that jumped this exercise quite a lot. What did you want to improve on him? What did he do? What was not going perfectly? What did you want to improve with him?
With him, I really worked on the turn after the jump. So I would, ride into the two verticals. And as I would be jumping out the second vertical, I would, put my body weight inside. I would turn, but I would really, focus on putting my inside leg on, having my outside hand to stabilize him and ask him to really, bend in the turn, but at the same time, push with his hind legs and create a lot of energy, but on a small stride, to get him to close down and be round and use his back muscles, use his stomach muscles, use his, hind legs to really work in the turn, so that then when I ask him to make a short turn, maybe to a taller vertical in a jump off, he would already have the memory of, putting his weight back, going through the turn, and then getting ready to jump the jump.
Just to give our viewers a bit of an idea, how often would you jump this in one session? And how many would you repeat those sessions regularly every week or per week?
Per week, I would say, you can use this exercise once a week or even twice a week with every horse. It depends how old the horse is. If you want to be jumping more or less with him. If it's an older horse, you don't want to be jumping with the horse all the time. You want him to be excited to work, excited to compete. So it really depends at what stage of your partnership and of the horse's career you're at. And for sure, when I would do this exercise, I would repeat it many times. It's not about doing it, 2 times perfectly, but it's about doing it from the left side, from the right side, giving the horse a nice break, maybe doing something else, maybe doing a little bit of movement, going forwards, going backwards, and then coming back to the exercise. Repetition is never a bad thing to do, I think, when it comes to these small gymnastics, this small type of show jumping dressage, because it doesn't tire the horse. It doesn't, you're not using extreme amounts of push like you would maybe when jumping a 160 oxer. So doing these little things, I think, helps also for their concentration.
Super. Thank you very much. The whole explanation of how this exercise is very elaborate, and I think everybody basically understands what you want to say and what this could be good for. Thank you for giving us some insights.